Hi, everybody. Good evening. I am so excited to have speaking with us tonight, Jody. She is a graduate member of the Reshape Method program. Hi, Jody. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How are you doing?
Good. So awesome to have you with us tonight. Let's dive right in and tell me, I'm getting notifications that we're live. Tell me, please, what were the three biggest changes that you have felt that you've achieved by doing the Reshape Method?
Number one, no more foot pain or minimal foot pain. Number two, no fibro flare-ups. And number three, more energy.
Amazing. And are those the three things that you were hoping to have resolved by joining the Reshape Method? What made you want to? What was your motivation for joining?
I had no idea about this program. I knew nothing. I had recently had a yearly checkup. My cholesterol was high. I've gained weight. COVID, it happens. And I just wasn't feeling great. My fibro has been really bad these last few years. So every time I tried to implement an exercise program, and I'm not afraid of exercise program, I've done the hardest ones, I've done easy ones, but I couldn't get anything accomplished because as soon as I would do something, even like a medium hit program, I would be out for a week. And then I'd have to slowly start again. So it was like 1 foot forward, 2 steps back. And I just wasn't getting anywhere. And it was playing with my psyche and I was getting down, etc. And then finally, when I got the cholesterol stuff, I didn't want to go on medication. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to call my friend Bonnie, who is Chef Nutrition. She's a nutritionist. And I'm going to hire her. And together we're going to help me lower my cholesterol and get things going. And I've been following Bonnie for years. She's a friend of mine. And I happened to notice that she commented on something in Facebook saying, sign me up. So the curious person that I am, I went digging a little deeper, and it was about your program. And you were doing, I think, just like a Facebook Live, just chatting about your program and, saying all the things that every woman wants to hear. Do you want to not have to work out and feel fit and like to not spend hours on a treadmill or running and get that shape that you want, et cetera, just all the things that I wanted to hear. So there was also the alignment check. So I went deeper into you, and then I went to the alignment check and I did it. And then you commented within a few minutes. It was a Sunday morning, and I guess you were right there. So you commented and you said, sign up. Would you like to chat? We can do a 20-minute call now. Well, that 20 minutes turned into an hour, and I was in love with you. And basically, everything you were saying was a dream come true, and also seemed too good to be true. But my heart of hearts, I felt like there was something there, and that maybe this is it. Maybe this is what I was waiting for. Long story short, we got off the phone. You said that, to be in touch if I wanted to join. I got a phone. I told my kids and my husband about it. And I said, it sounds amazing, but I don't necessarily want to invest the money in me right now. And, it's costly. I've spent enough on all programs, et cetera. I promised myself I wouldn't do it again. And then I kept talking about it. So my husband basically said, just do it. I said, well, what if it doesn't work? Try. And when I pay for something, I go all out, and I'm committed. Like I can't do it. And then, so I knew that if you were sincere and this program worked, wow. And sure enough, I joined right away, and the rest is history. If you want, I can just keep going on, or if you want to ask me pointed questions.
That is incredible. Let's just go back for a minute to the part where you said that you felt like it was too good to be true. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because, yeah, often, everybody talks about, of course, I think my program's amazing, but it does sound too good to be true. I get it. When you hear me say it will do this, it will do that, it sounds too good to be true. So what had you tried in the past that wasn't working? And what about my program and my approach helped you make your decision that although it sounded too good to be true, you were going to give it a chance anyway?
It was something different. You piqued my interest immensely with the whole alignment thing. And, talking about biochemistry and all that stuff. And I'm like, this is a different approach. This is logic. This is science. This is,
right.
Let me look into it more and let me find out. And it just made sense, like as a layperson, just to think about it. If our body is perfectly aligned, it's going to work perfectly or better. If we're misaligned, we get sore knees, we get sore hips, we get what have you. So it just made sense that way. So in my mind, I was thinking, well, this could be it. This could be what I've been waiting for.
Right. Yeah. And thank God it was. Really, I'm so happy that the Reshape Method has worked its magic on you as well, because really it's based on very simple, as you said, scientific concepts of biomechanics, which is often missing in many of our programs and many of our outlooks. So I'm pleased that really resonated with you. So you said that your foot pain, maybe tell us a little about your foot pain. You said that the foot pain that you've been struggling with for so long resolved in 2 weeks. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal.
I have been suffering with foot pain for well over 25 years now. When I was 25, I had bunion surgery on both my feet. Right away, they tell you to go into orthotics and all these other things. And the orthotics, I believe, created what's called Morton's neuromas, which is a pinched nerve in between the last few toes on either foot. And it would send like signals, radio, like pins and needles at my ankle, at my arch every day. It was hard to get shoes. It was hard to walk. I eventually had surgery for that too, about 5 or 6 years after that. And then I guess the scar tissue came to play. And so I'm not one for heels. I used to wear heels when I was younger for parties, etc. But now my heels would consist of a wedgie heel, or like when I would go to a special occasion, that was it. But even regular shoes, I'm still, at the end of the day, I would feel exhausted. I would rub my feet and it was like amazing, all the pain that I would feel. I never even thought that could be fixed. I've gone, as I said, I've seen podiatrists, I've seen orthopods. I go every 2 years, Toronto Western, to see this one orthopod that I waited 3 years to see. He takes x-rays. Yeah, you'll eventually need more surgery, to make this shorter, this whatever. I started your program and you started with stretching feet and using the tune-up balls. And I started noticing my pain is gone. Every night before I go to sleep, my ritual is I have to cream my body. So I would cream my feet and rub my feet to make me feel better. I was like, I don't feel the pain as much anymore. And I was never also able to walk barefoot because that was just too painful. Like I would go to people's homes and I'm like, I'm really sorry. Can I bring in my shoes? Or I would bring indoor shoes to go to people's homes because I just couldn't stand on their floors. And now I'm walking barefoot. Like it literally took, I don't know if it was 2.5 weeks. And it was like, oh my goodness. There are still a few spots on my feet, but like I can't expect a total miracle. But I think I might have a chipped bone on one side of my foot and stuff like that. It hasn't been confirmed yet. So, but
and that is phenomenal. I'm just so excited for you. And tell us what that not having that constant nagging low level, I'm sure sometimes high level pain, how did that affect how did that change affect your mood or your outlook? Or what did you discover about yourself once that pain resolved?
I felt like a teenager in that I would run up and down my stairs from like my upper level of the house to the main level. And it was like, wow, like the Brady Bunch, the kids running down the stairs. That's what I felt like. And it's like, I just had a spring in my step and I just was smiling. And then I said to myself, and I think I commented about this on Facebook also, earlier in the program, I did not realize how unhappy I was until I saw how happy I could be. So in other words, I had gone so many years living with chronic pain that was my new normal. So I'm a happy person. I wake up every morning, smile on my face, etc. So I was fine. But it really is true how chronic pain can just bring you right down. And it was just a phenomenal difference. It really was.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. And it's so true what you said, that we just calibrate to this new normal, of pain, and we don't even realize how much it's bringing us down, how much it's maybe tempering our decisions, tempering our goals, thinking, you want to hold off on this or hold off on that because you're not sure that you can manage. Have any kind of changes happened, in your life or in your outlook, that there's things that you are planning to do or hoping to do, or goals you had that you maybe didn't have 3 months ago?
Well, maybe not that I didn't have them 3 months ago, but I had always said, you're 57 years old. This is your last hurrah. It's time. Like I was always hoping to be able to be more mobile, be able to get down on my hands and knees with grandchildren and move around. Some of my grandchildren are older now. They're 11, almost 11 and almost 8, but I have a 2-year-old. So I still want to get down and play with him. And I have other kids who will hopefully bring me some other babies soon enough. So I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to run around. I want to be able to, I look at my mom. My mom's 90 years old. She has suffered with so many different myalgias, polymyalgia rheumatica, like a bunch of them. She's able to move with a walker, but she's not very mobile. She does exercises every day, but I see she can't move. And I know that if I don't start now greasing my body, oiling my joints, I'm going to be just like that. So I want to make sure, this is basically investing in my future, investing in my livelihood, investing in my being able to move around on a day-to-day basis and not have to have somebody come in to help me put on my shoes and socks.
Yeah, so true, right? We call it in the program audacious aging, and it starts in our 50s, in our 60s. We got to, and there's nothing stopping us, right? That's right. Hopefully that's what you've discovered, that it's never too late and it's not necessarily downhill from here. There's a place at which to start and at which to jump in. Yeah. Fantastic.
My body is aging, and I feel like part of it is chiseling away, regressing back to the old Jody.
Right, I love that. Aging backwards.
I'm trying.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, I mean, as I said, I had gained a considerable amount of weight over the last few years. I was never a tiny girl, but I was definitely smaller. And I'm just hoping, I know with joint pain and all that stuff, which I don't have, but I know it can be hidden somewhere. We don't need the extra weight. So I'm slowly but surely chiseling away at the weight. And I notice with the program, it's called Reshape Program for a reason. You're reshaping your body, and it's reshaping basically, I guess, into I'm assuming, I may be incorrect here, it's reshaping into the way the structure is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't think I ever was able to see the true structure that I was meant to be. So hopefully I can get there. As they say, better late than never, right?
That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. So what hesitation did you have about the program? I think you touched on them. If we can just go over those again.
The only hesitation I truly had was the monetary investment, because I have thrown away money before on programs and not, gym memberships, and didn't go to the gym. So I promised myself I would never do it again. So here I was wanting to try something new. So that was the only hesitation I had. Otherwise, everything just seemed, just like I said, too good to be true.
Yeah. And how do you feel, and why do you think the Reshape method was different and has given you a different result from other things that you've tried?
Well, all the other things that I have tried were, I guess, more intense. I don't mind the time spent on exercise, or some of them were also more time consuming. But 30 minutes a day is definitely doable. In the end, we do spend more, but it's all doable, and it doesn't have to be exact every day. Every day is different. So I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Basically, you were saying that. Now I completely lost my train of thought.
Oh, no, so. I get it. I do that all the time. Why do you think you were able to get a different result from the Reshape method?
Okay, because it was straightforward. It was easy. It was, at the beginning, you just follow your instructions, etc. You do your exercise 30 minutes a day, and you just follow the program. And it didn't throw me over the edge. I never got a flare up at all. From the first workout that I had, I felt energized. I felt I loosened up spots in my body that I hadn't loosened up in forever. So it was learning more about the body, learning how it functions, and now now I'm so self-aware of certain things, and I do certain exercises at my desk. I do it while I'm brushing my teeth, while I'm cooking, while I'm folding laundry, just different movements. Normal everyday movements, but in different ways, or doing it more often, just to keep the body moving.
Fantastic. And what was your biggest aha moment?
My biggest aha moment was probably my feet, because I never anticipated that was ever a possibility. Like never, ever, ever. And that was 25 years of suffering was a lot.
For sure. So what would you say to someone who is on the fence, who's considering doing the program but not sure?
Well, I would say, if it's something that they want and they're going to commit to themselves and to the program, then there should be nothing whatsoever holding them back, because they're only going to succeed and only going to get out of it whatever they put into it. And it's definitely worth every penny, and it'll be life-changing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for coming to chat with us today. It is just
very welcome.
Incredible having you in the program with us. Maybe you can just tell people a little bit about what it's like to be in the community, right? Because it's not just an online program. There's a personal aspect and there's a group aspect. So maybe let's just end off talking a little bit about the Reshape Method community.
Okay, so with the Reshape Method, you do get a few one-on-one sessions with Tracy, but there are also weekly group sessions. And should you have any questions, you can submit them on the portal, the hub, what have you. And then when you have these Facebook sessions, Tracy will then explain what it is that you may or may not be doing wrong. And there's a group of people from the UK, people from Australia, the United States, different spots in Canada, the Dominican Republic, everywhere. It's so amazing, and it's always so comforting to know that you're not alone, and that there are so many others in your position or a slightly different position, but we're all pretty much on the same boat. And it's nice to share, and it's nice to, you know, listen to other people's stories, know that you're not alone, help other people also. You know, it's just nice me time. It's something, you know, sometimes I don't feel like I can, you know, indulge and sit down and read a book or whatever, but at least here I'm giving another hour or so of my time listening to everybody and learning more, because you learn so much. It doesn't matter if it's about you or about the other person that Tracy is helping out. It's just you're learning more about the program and how it can work and how it can be better for you, etc.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And I'm so thrilled that you're going to be staying on in the program with us.
Oh, definitely. I still have so much to learn. Even though I've gone through the program, I'm going to go back. I'm going to read through everything. I'm starting some of the earlier phases and just going back and forth. It's just something that you just have to keep going through. And
I think that's important as well, right? Is that you do have lifetime access to the dashboard. And so people, once they've done with the 12 weeks, a lot of people go back and do the whole program again from the beginning because it becomes a new experience when you go through it. It really is something. Have you found that the movements and the audios, the lessons that support the movement, that there's something that unfold and grow in your body? It's not like a one and done kind of thing. It's an exploration.
And it changes. And after you go through certain phases, you go back and you see things differently and you do things differently because you know more.
Yeah.
So it's just
great. Well, I love being on this journey with you. Thank you so much for coming to chat with us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.